Welcome to a brand new episode from Zach Meglin Collectibles. Unless you've been hiding under a rock, you know the popularity of TCG has exploded in recent years. No one can deny the popularity of Pokemon, One Piece, Magic the Gathering, and now a new player in the TCG market, that being Lorcana. Today we are going to discuss why you should get into Lorcana and of course have a brand new Lorcana rip for you. So stay tuned. Good day everyone, and good day Disney fans. As you know, we've concluded for now our rip of 2026 Topps Chrome Disney, but we have another Disney product to rip and review. It is the very popular Lorcana Wilds Unknown. So first, let's discuss why Lorcana. So I know I've been ripping Disney cards for the past, 2 years now, and a lot of people have told me to get into Lorcana. I just could not find myself doing so, but something got me into the Lorcana market once again, and that is the big chase in Wilds Unknown. If you have not heard, there is a huge chase, that being the iconic Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger card. Now that card, believe it or not, going right now in its raw form is going for over $5,000. You can only begin to think what a PSA 10 would do, but $5,000 for a raw Lorcana iconic Buzz Lightyear. Now, the odds of pulling that, I believe, are like 1 in every, 9,000 packs or something like that. Some crazy odds. I might be wrong, but it's not an easy thing to pull. However, for the chance of pulling that, and getting a $5,000 card, it's well worth the chase. And aside from that, there are other valuable iconic cards. All right, when I say iconic, if you're not familiar with Lorcana, they've got, just like TCG in general, they've got different variations of the cards. You've got your commons, your rares, your legendaries. What's that? Is it legacy? Yeah, legendaries. I was about to say legacy. Legendaries, Enchanted, and iconic. So I'm learning, guys. I'm learning as I go along. But Zach from Zach Meglin Collectibles has really gotten me into this, and I'm all in for the chase and for future chases. I think Lorcana is something that is worth our investment and worth our time. Because of this recent chase of the Buzz Lightyear, it's caused other previous Lorcana sets to increase. And because of that, we are all in for Attack of the Vine. I believe that comes out later in July the 17th. And if our plans hold true, we are going to go on release day looking for that. So we'll see, all right? But today, our focus is on Lorcana Wilds Unknown. And this is one of the reasons why we've decided to get in terms of the investment aspect and collection aspect of Lorcana. Now, before we get into our rip, why Lorcana? As you know, aside from the chase, why now, right? Believe it or not, if you are into Pokemon and you're into Pokemon from day one, you're very fortunate because you had a chance at getting those older sets. But right now, getting into Pokemon, it's been years that Pokemon's been out. Same thing with One Piece. Not as long as Pokemon, but it's been a few years. Now, Lorcana, believe it or not, as of August of this year, it will only be around for 3 years, which means you have opportunities to get into the older sets if you can find them. Now, I believe our first video that we ever ripped based on a recommendation by one of our viewers that was watching one of our Topps Chrome Disney releases from last year, asked us to get into Lorcana and asked us to get into Fabled. So we were able to rip some Fabled cards, and I believe that's what sort of started the rejuvenation of the Lorcana TCG market, okay, from what I hear. I hear that Fabled really got everyone excited and back into it, so Wilds Unknown has just taken us to another level. So the reason why it's worth our investment and our time is because we're still getting into it, if you think about it, relatively early. So we can get in, we can get these sets that were out earlier, and we could start collecting pretty much, at the beginning of this whole TCG Lorcana market. Now, of course, they're releasing new sets. So that's our chance to build on it or our chance to go back. So I'm not really, to be honest, I'm not into playing the games, okay? So, but we've got 6 packs here. So yeah, as mentioned, we're not really into playing the Lorcana game, maybe someday. But I like what they're doing because I know at our local GameStop this past week, they did like a treasure hunt kind of deal, right? Where they gave you got to buy 3 packs, I believe, for like $10 each or more than retail at your local GameStop, and you are sort of given a mission to sort of, you have a card that says that, you know, these are the 4 cards that you need to either pull or trade with other fellow collectors. So cool way to sort of get people excited about the whole Lorcana market as well. And not only that, but if you watched Toy Story at your local AMC and you watch the Dolby version of Toy Story, all right, you got a chance at getting the promo card. So that's the thing about Lorcana. You can get these promo cards. You could earn them, I guess, if you play different the game itself in different tournaments. So a lot of cool ways to get these cards without actually having to buy the packs. Now, relatively cheap, as mentioned. We got these. We actually got these as a gift from one Zach Meglin Collectibles. So he actually got gifted this to us for Father's Day. So these are going for what? $6 each, $36. I got another one that I've sort of stashed away as well. But this is what we are going to rip and review for you because we're chasing that iconic. But yes, am I all in on Lorcana? I'd probably say yes, because these are very hard to find. Now, Zach's fortunate enough he was able to get some from Best Buy, order them online. But if you go back and watch our previous video of this rip, our first chase of the iconics in this set, we actually got them, fortunate to find them at Best Buy. And we got the, I believe they're called the Illumineers Trove. And I want to say we got it for $50. And I'm hearing online through social media, those Illumineers Troves are being sold on the secondary market for like $100 or more. All right, there's a Buzz Lightyear. All right, so now I have to go back on my little set here that tells us like what the symbols are, okay? But these are nothing to write home about, but it's a cool card. The art's cool. So we're looking, you know, just like in Pokemon, even though I'm not a Pokemon collector, we're looking for the full auto cards, okay? The full art cards, I should say. Those are the ones that are rarer and more popular. Hopefully we can pull a banger today. All right, so here we go. Another chase of the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger. Let's see if we can get it. So you gotta love the design of these cards. So you just wish that they were full art cards. But of course, like I said, these are mainly for game playing. And then we're gonna hit our foils coming up. Right. So you see those, I believe, are those legendaries? No, they look like it, but they're not. Okay. Oh, I think we got, oh, hold on. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, maybe that's just that could be nothing. That could be nothing. I don't want to get too excited. All right, so we've got a foil right there. And this is, yeah, I thought, yeah, it's just a thing. I thought it was like, oh, look, full art. No, it's not. So we've got a Fergus on this foil card. So first pack, nothing. So I think. All right, here we go. I'm still learning, so educate me if you are an avid Lorcana collector. But here we go. On to the next one. Let's get rid of this card here so we don't get thrown off again. Here we go. So, of course, we've discussed the popularity of Toy Story 5. I think that's what's also taking this into another realm in terms of popularity. There's a Buzz's arm. And what is that? That's something right there, that dash. All right. And we've got a Gadget Hack Wrench. And here's our foil card of Sabotage. We're going to go back so you can see these symbols right here. So this these cards right here from the earlier pack, the triangle right here is an indication that these are rare cards. Okay, even though some of them have a foil finish and others don't. For example, this card right here has a foil finish, but is still considered a common, and that's what that circle one is. Now, these are considered, we thought they were cool cards. We don't really see it pop in terms of foil, but these are considered, if I'm not mistaken, the super rare. All right, so we've got something there, and these are considered, this design is the uncommon. So hopefully we can pull an iconic, an epic, an enchanted in these next few. But we are learning. You're going all in on something, you got to learn. So it's no longer the blind leading the blind, okay? Here we go. So we're going to get something there. It's still not a full art card. So these are commons, as mentioned. But these base cards, you never know. They can hold some value over the years, right? Like I said, we're getting in on it early on. So if this really blows up, because you got to love the design of these cards. If Lorcana blows up in the near future, you know, these base cards got to have some great value aside from being a great collectible. All right, so what is that again? That is a rare. There you go. We got a Buzz Lightyear rare. So, like I said, what's driving a lot of the popularity is Toy Story 5, right? So, Toy Story 5 is #1 in the box office, and that is driving a lot of these cards because, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time they're coming out in these Lorcana set. I might be mistaken, but that's what I hear. Okay, so here is another rare, all right, of Alma Madrigal. And we have, ooh, that's a nice, it's a nice foil card. It is considered an uncommon, but it is of ham, but we like it. So we're just going to sleeve it up. So we're down to the final 3 packs. Still haven't pulled a game changer yet, but you never know. The iconic could be looming. Zach said that he had opened his ones that he got for himself and didn't get anything. But he's actually gone back to an older set, which is something of Jafar, if I'm not mistaken. And he actually pulled a banger, so we might have to show that on a post. All right, there's Merida. I believe her card, the iconic, is also going for a lot of money as well. All right, here we go. Cool designs. And uncommons. Commons. There's a nice one. It's a nice rare of the Incredibles. Cool card. It's a rare. Cruella de Vil, rare. And on this one, it's an uncommon. It's a foil. And it is of Norton Nimnol. There you go. Norton Nimnol. All right, so we're down to 2 packs. Let's see what we can get. So as mentioned, Zach gifted this to us. I want to say this is, what, $6 each. So about $36 before tax. All right, here we go. We are getting more commons. And Bo Peep. Cool looking card of Bo Peep. And we are going to get our rares of Edna Mode and Gadget Hack Wrench. I think we got Gadget Hack Wrench already. And this one is a... Ooh, this one is a... What did we say this one was? A super rare. Oh, these are super rares. Yeah, I thought it was a legendary. So this is a super rare of Gadget Hack Wrench. And then we have one of a foil super rare of Eleanor. There you go. All right, so we're down to our final pack. Still holding out for the banger. Here we go. Will we get it? Lorcana, grab yours today. These are hard to find, and if you do find them, I would definitely grab a pack or two. Get in this chase and let us know what you think. All right, but before we get to that, I'm sorry, I almost forgot. It is a Disney product. It is the last video of the month, which means you have one more chance, all right, to win this value box, Disney 70th Anniversary value box. So what we're going to ask you to do are, number one, since it is a subscriber exclusive giveaway, you need to be subscribed to the channel. It's easy. Hit that subscribe button, especially if you're a Lorcana collector or expert. We'd love to get your insight in Lorcana. What drove you to start collecting Lorcana? All right, is it the gameplay? Is it the design of the cards? Let us know. Also, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that... Well, you watch this video to the end, which you're almost at, and hit that hype or share button. And finally, in the comment section, answer our questions. So we're going to ask you in the question number one, what do you think is the best card hit? All right, so it doesn't have to be in value, just the look of the card. What do you think is the best one? Because obviously we don't have a lot of Lorcana collectors on the channel here, but if you saw the card just on the artwork, what do you think is the best card on that? And finally, you've seen us open Lorcana now, and you've seen us open Topps Chrome. Which one do you prefer? So answer that in the comment section. And, you know, to answer that question, you could go based on value. You could go based on what you think is a better artwork, collectability. Let us know. Which do you prefer? The Lorcana cards or the Topps Chrome Disney cards? So answer those questions, and you'll be automatically qualified for our giveaway. Here we go. Final pack magic. Lorcana style. Commons. Uncommon. And, a rare. And a super rare of Diablo. And finally, a hand in the box foil. So no big hit, unfortunately. All right, but a lot of cool looking cards. So let us know what you think of Lorcana Wilds Unknown. Is it worth picking up at your local Target, Walmart, or wherever you may be? Best Buy, because that's where we've had most luck on these are from Best Buy. Let us know in the comments section as well. Otherwise, new month, new giveaway. If you haven't gone through our videos already, we have giveaways running for the 70th anniversary. We have giveaways running for our sports, including a value pack of Series 2. And we've got more as well to give away. So thank you for joining us throughout this month. Stay tuned for the month of July. We have a lot of product that we're anticipating. First and foremost, Topps Marvel comics coming out in a day or two. So stay tuned for that. Until next time, take care.